We are in Braunfels, and when I was 18, I worked for a little while in Tomaselli, which was an ice cream store, an ice dealer at a castle. Sounds like a dream job. Pretty much was. Hi guys, my name is Sophie. Let's just say it's getting really competitive. And this is my partner Jay.
And here you have it, the winner on the day.
Up to this point, we've been traveling all over Europe for the past 2 months. In our last episode, we spent some time in France, checking out the fortified city of Carcassonne and exploring the charming details of Toulouse. From here, we caught a BlaBlaCar and drove the 10 hours to the French and German border. For our final month of touring Europe, we decided to explore Germany. Join us as we share our month-long adventure through Germany, showing you where we traveled and what we experienced. But before we get started, it would mean a lot if you hit that subscribe button and like this video. Now, let's get started. We had arrived in Schwarzwald, also known as Black Forest. This area is known for its dense forest and picturesque villages, which makes it the ideal spot for a hike. And our hosts Peter and Monika did not disappoint when they took us to Bad Walde, where we caught a Bergbahn up to the top of Sommenberg. Look at you doing your dynamic stretches. Now, what I absolutely love about hikes in Germany is that they often lead you to a secluded spot where you'll find a hut offering traditional regional food and, of course, drinks. Grünhütte was exactly that.
Had to try it.
Try the blueberry wine.
Yes.
Kareem and Arnu, I think you'd enjoy this. Lots of mountain bike trails. And I also just called you out to see if you watch my videos, so.
Das kennt man sich auch.
Hello.
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 Wir sind in Remchingen, Wilferdingen. Hi.
Wilferdingen, singen.
Wilferdingen.
Cheers.
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 Prost.
Cheers. Cheers. Woo! Nice wine.
Schön.
So toll. So we had a lovely time in Wilferdingen Singens, Remschinge in Germany, Deutschland. And we spent a lovely 2 days here with Monika and Peter, and they took us on a really awesome hike up to Grünhütte yesterday. So today we're making our way to Heidelberg, and I guess because we've been talking about it so much, Monika this morning said, I want to go, so we're going to drive you, which is pretty sweet. It's only about an hour drive, so that's cool. And it's just, in general, really lovely of them to do that for us. But yeah, I think that maybe Heidelberg is probably one of the most touristy spots in Germany. It's got a Schloss castle on the hill, and it's got a beautiful stream, so lots of history. Gotta see it. Let's do it. And the guy in the background busy finishing up his resumes so that we can send them through to some jobs in Canada. So more on that a different time. Until then, let's go to Heidelberg. And after a short commute, we found ourselves in Heidelberg, a city that perfectly blends history, beauty, and culture. Nestled on the banks of the Niggard River, Heidelberg is home to Germany's oldest university and the majestic Heidelberg Castle. So I have some good memories of Heidelberg. The last couple times I came to visit, my cousin lived here, and she lived in the old city up in the top attic of one of the buildings. And I just remember visiting her and just like sitting up there, looking over the roofs at the church and up at the castle. And another reason why I wanted to come here is because I think the castle is pretty magical, even though it's basically a ruin. So we're gonna go check that out.
That is pretty beautiful.
So yeah, and Jay's actually impressed. He's one to say, you've seen one castle, you've seen it all, but...
Well, if you've seen Carcassonne...
Carcassonne is was besonders, as the Germans would say, but so is Heidelberg.
What is that?
I don't know, but that's where you... man, me and my enunciation. But anyways, now we've got to go up this hill. Did you just...
Ja, someone up there.
Oh. Ja, möchten wir. Ah, die nächste Straße. Okay. Oh, cool. Dankeschön. Went down the wrong way. Oops. It's a stunning castle, even Jay had to admit, despite much of it being in ruins. The castle was built in the 13th century and expanded over the centuries. It's been partially destroyed by the 30-year war and lightning strikes, giving it a romantic, weathered charm. We highly recommend taking a castle tour. The history is fascinating and you can explore parts of the castle that are off limits to the general public. The tour concludes in the wine cellar, where you can marvel at the world's largest wine barrel, which is so large it even has a dance floor up top.
So what do you think of the wine cellar, Milan?
I think there were a lot of drunks in this time of, well, this century. Good for them, I guess.
This century?
I mean, that century.
I think we're part of that.
Alright, this century, I mean, and then the century that this was used, a lot of drunks.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, but you didn't have clean water, so I guess you drink wine.
Mm-hmm.
It's so big, it won't even fit in my camera. The city itself boasts of the iconic Karl Theodor Bridge, an iconic spot to take a photo, and the scenic Philosopher's Way, which offers a breathtaking view of the city and the castle. It's no wonder Heidelberg is one of Germany's most visited cities. After spending a couple magical days in Heidelberg, we hopped on a train and continued on to Wetzlar to see my family. And of course, I managed to rope my cousin into taking us on a little day trip to see yet another castle. Oh, the castle's over there! Braunfels, one of my favorite castles here in Germany, and this is why. We are in Braunfels, and when I was 18, I worked for a little while in Tomaselli, which was an ice cream store, an Eisdiele at a castle. Sounds like a dream job. Pretty much was. Wait, all right. And judging by this, Jay was castled out and pretty relieved when our next stop was Saalburg. And the whole family is together doing this today. A Roman fort built in the 2nd century AD and part of the Limes Germanica, the forted boundary of the Roman Empire.
The restrooms are that way.
Woo! Look at us. We're doing a family outing to Saalburg. The whole family came. And it is our last day visiting, so I'm very flattered that they came along. Go check out a Roman fort that was rebuilt. After saying our goodbyes, we jumped on a train and made our way to the next city, Cologne. And my cousin knew exactly how to welcome us.
So we have made it to Cologne, and we are at Kolsch. And my lovely cousin took us here. And here's the thing about Kolsch. You get little beers this size, and there's, anyways, we could explain it too. How does it work at Kolsch with the beers?
Yeah, you order it once, you get the, I mean it's a very tiny small glass, you see it, but you order it once and then it just keeps bringing them until you put this thing on top of the glass and then they will stop.
Oh.
It's a big thing in Bavaria as well.
It's a big thing in Bavaria.
Bavaria, right?
Yeah.
But big thing next to.
Oh, the glass is a big thing in Bavaria.
Oh, sorry. I was also told, like, in Bavaria, people, it's common, but maybe not.
Maybe. They just drink more.
Yeah.
And we have made it to Cologne, Germany, or as the Germans say, Köln. And today we only have one day in Köln, and my cousin and her partner, who have put us up with a D, David, have put us up and created a little walking map as to what we should experience and check out while we're in Cologne. So today we are walking around and doing a little loop. I've got my Strava started, so I guess I'll show how far we walked and how long it took us. Mind you, there's a lot of stops and of course a lot of photos being taken, so
And if we look a little tired, it's because Koln has a good nightlife and we're out last night. So.
we were out last night.
More on
we
that
had
later.
a good time. Yeah. Anyways, here we go. We spent a day walking along the beautiful Rhine River, crossing it twice. First, we took a ride on a gondola, which offered a stunning view of the city from above. I'm actually really pumped about this. So we are taking the gondola over the river, the Rhine River, and it only costs us €5 for one way per person. If you want to go there and back, as you said, it's €9. But we got a walking plan, and part of the walking plan includes just a gondola trip one way. So we'll be walking back.
Ah, shit, I didn't press record. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my gosh, you got me for a second. But yeah, I'm pretty pumped about this.
Yeah. Oh, here you go, my love. Carry on.
Thank you. Did you know it's one of the few gondola systems that crosses a major river in a European city? Our second crossing was on the iconic Hohenzollern Bridge, famous for its thousands of love locks left by couples from around the world. The bridge not only offers a picturesque view, but also a testimony to romantic tradition. And of course, a visit to Cologne couldn't be complete without seeing the magnificent Kölner Dome. So they're setting up for as the rest of the world calls it, a football game, but as North Americans call it, a soccer game. So football, soccer, whichever one you want to call it, they're setting up for a tournament here. And Jay was so enthusiastic about how exciting it is that this is being turned into a stadium. He didn't notice the massive cathedral right behind it.
True story.
I pointed it out to him and he was shocked. The Gothic cathedral, which took over 600 years to complete, is one of the tallest and largest cathedrals in Europe. And its twin towers dominates the city's skyline. And that was it. And that was a day of walking through Cologne, also known as Köln, as the locals call it. And we haven't made it home yet because we're orientating ourselves back towards the gondolas. But right now we're at 8K. That's including the trip over with the gondola. I didn't pause it then. We walked on the other side this morning and this is nuts.
I think you're right.
This is ridiculous. Look at how many there are. And because of its close proximity and the fact that it's a popular blah blah car route, we couldn't resist hopping a ride over to Amsterdam. I won't go into too much detail, as I feel it's an amazing city and it deserves its own video soon. Thank you, Wendy, for an awesome tour. We had a good time. If you come to Amsterdam, check out the free walking tours. I'll put the information down there, and you can learn what, can't even see it, but what that lift at the top of the building's for. He'll explain it to you. And on that note, because now we've found out that Heineken started here. Cheers to that. Yeah, we definitely had a great time there. So long.